Macron, Europe must become less reliant on China and US after pandemic. Smart. Europe should also have its own standing army to counter Russian aggression. Ukraine is still rumbling to this day. If the pandemic has taught the world one lesson, it should be that every nation should become more self-reliant when it comes to vital goods and services for its populace. This is the best TLDR I could make. Original, https://www. Standard, co. UK/news/world/Emmanuel Macron Europe Coronavirus Dependence China USA 4468751. HTML, reduced by 76%. I'm a bot. French President Emmanuel Macron said he would work to build a Europe that was less dependent on China and the United States. The coronavirus crisis has exposed how reliant France and the rest of Europe is on supply chains with China and elsewhere. The coronavirus emergency had exposed France's, and more broadly Europe's, heavy reliance on global supply chains, from the car industry to smartphones and pharmaceuticals, that were paralyzed when the epidemic first broke out in China. Extended summary, http://np. Reddit. com/r/auditaldr/macron_Europe_must_less_reliant_on_China/FAQ, http://np. Reddit. com/r/auditaldr/comments/31b9fm/FAQ_auditaldr_bot/version 2.02 497601TL, DRS so far. Feedback, http://np. Reddit. com/message/compose, 2=%23 auditaldr PMs and comments are monitored, constructive feedback is welcome. Top keywords, France #1 Macron #2 Europe #3 more #4 China #5. Well, no fucking shit. But every time someone brings up Europe working together more closely, people start losing their shit and claiming we need to stay alone. The world is a weird place. You can replace pandemic with literally anything. Macron just wants a politically integrated EU that has some actual clout. I think it is clear virtually every nation needs to decentralize their manufacturing from China. The quicker the better. Make Europe great again. Boris, I agree. European countries must strive to become economically independent from the rest of the world and to rely solely on their closest and most trusted allies. Maybe we could start by creating a European trade agreement that would allow for free circulation of goods and services. Oh, wait. As a Brit, I think this is the first time I have agreed with someone from France. Edit. I'd like to clarify that I'm not actually xenophobic but just joking about the mutual hate between England and France. I'm sorry if I made anyone believe that I was. Canada will be there for you. Just like in World War II. Meanwhile in Britain we're sucking coronate chicken dick just for a hint of trade deal. Finally Europe standing on its own 2 feet. This should be the case for every country. The problem is, to achieve it, Europe must unite much more and establish a path towards a European federation. Unfortunately, too many nations are against it and afraid to lose their independence, and Macron until not long ago was the standard bearer of this hypocrisy. As an American, probably a good idea. I've been to France. I don't think France is overly reliant on either, are they? The French seem to be marching to the beat of their own drum and it was an awesome place to visit. Guess I can't speak for the rest of Europe, however. Everybody should band together and shun countries with outstanding human rights violations. Just because they have money doesn't mean they should be listened to as much as we are. So Macron is saying, self-reliance is the best reliance. This should be declaration of any country. This title makes me so happy. And less resentful. I just realized the woman in the bottom right is demonstrating what happens to kings and queens in that country. It's interesting because that would make them rely more on Russian oil assets. So, globalization not really panning out, huh? I love how the second we yeet ourselves out of Europe, Europe pulls its shit together and starts functioning like it's supposed to. Isolationism, I like it. And Southern Europe on Northern Europe. The end of globalism. Yes, as a conservative I love to see countries start to utilize economic protectionism. Yes. I know I am. What if you send expeditions to third world countries with exploitative military-backed raw material companies and sell them finished products at predatory prices? Seems familiar. Hope Australia does the same honestly. If we keep getting more waves of different strains of COVID in the next few years, this will force countries to become more self-reliant. If the CCP does not get its act together and remove open-air markets and start controlling and inspecting its food, then China's future economic prospects are bleak. Very few will want to trade or exchange with the source of deadly pandemics. It feels like European leaders have been calling for less reliance on the US since 9/11. At least China is a recent addition to that. EUTPP when? https://en. Wikipedia, org/wiki/atlantropa, https://en. Wikipedia, org/wiki/atlantropa. This may not be a terrible idea to revisit for such a thing. And France and Germany. Literally every country is thinking how they can be more self-reliant after this. Damn right. Although to say for sure I see this pandemic as a gateway to new great tribalization, nothing good can come out of it. I guess that is something we all know. Great sound bite. Is everyone prepared to pay 3x more for everything they buy? Forgot one country there, mate. Yeah, Japan urged a lot of their companies to do the same. It's not a matter of just get fucked, China, it's more because they need to diversify logistical sources in case China just got fucked. Yeah, all of the EU should be more independent. US spending is bonkers. Yes please, especially China. The US? Reliable. That's hilarious. I agree, both Xi and Trump have proven that China and the US care too volatile and cannot be trusted anymore. The first was obvious, but thanks to Trump people are finally realizing the second part as well. As an Indian I see the Chinese dragon on my doorstep threatening us physically along the border. A few other Asian countries are also seeing this behavior in their sea waters. The soft power that they yield via loans and Belt and Road project is huge. The world needs to unite against this Confucian juggernaut. We need to unite and end our reliance on China. If they threaten us with economic sanctions, we must all face them and become more self-reliant. There will be a point in time where that will inevitably happen, so it must happen on our terms when we are stable, otherwise it might catch us off guard. To be fair, May world leaders said the US was unreliable before the pandemic. This should be interesting. But since the UK is basically US v2 at this point, it's not going to matter. I think all countries must become much more self-reliant, seeing what can happen now. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I read somewhere but don't remember which news source it was / reliable it was. Trump tried to block Canada from getting medical masks from 3M, where 3M gets its pulp for make the masks from our Canadian forests. Like, how low can you go? No shit. First stop Chinese investors from buying all European companies and maritime ports, then you guys can start worrying about US patents and copyright. Maybe this is the anti-globalists' master plan. Make the country's people dependent on so incompetent that everyone else steps their game up. We could end up with a trilateral world. The US, EU, and China. Redditors don't know shit about history. China is going through some really through stuff internally. I've read information on how the Chinese government has just made a full-scale tax request on hundreds of thousands of e-commerce shops. These big shops on Douyin, Tmall, JD basically will have their numbers audited and required to pay any missing taxes from 2017 to 2020. The issue here is that it is common practice for these shops to make fake purchases and refund the money to gain popularity on the ranking chart. As a result, these tax bills might bankrupt plenty of them. It's some insane practice that some see are a result of how dire the situation truly is in China.